It had been 100 games. Yordan Alvarez returns for the Astros. 0 for 2, couple walked in his first trip to the plate. That doesn't matter. He's back. And he was raking for his several games in the minor leagues. Do I
Doesn't
even
matter
ask
what he
the layup
does.
how
Just
big this is for them?
we know. You already know. You don't. The fact that it's our opening salvo on the show tells you how big it is for the Astros. Then when they get Jake Meyers back, I don't think Paredes is probably coming back this year because his hamstring tear pull was a lot worse than they mentioned. It's like Sean Casey style, but it doesn't really matter. It's his presence in that lineup. His presence in the lineup changes a lot of things. Yes, I know they lost yesterday. It was one game, but it's just a different lineup because they don't have that lefty thumper when he's not in there, and they're very right hand heavy. Now he's back. They have the lefty thumper to break up the righties. What you need.
By the way, Kratz, Paredes is still hinting at a comeback because he chose not to go with surgery and to rehab it to give that outside chance of returning. So I'm just throwing that out there. He's apparently been putting stuff out on socials. On Monday, a couple days ago, he reposted a friend's photo of the news of his season-ending injury on his Instagram story with the caption, "Coming soon, stronger."
That's great. I mean, it's great for the Astros, but I don't know. I mean, you got to make sure you're back. Is 80% of Issac Paredes better than 100% of whoever else they're going to put out there? I don't know.
Probably.
Maybe big pinch hit. Are we going to see a Kirk Gibson at bat off the bench? Issac Paredes pull hooks one into the Crawford boxes in the playoffs. He has the ability to. They got to make it first. They got to make it, and they really need. They're not going to get that bye, but they really need to be able to have their ducks in a row because of the fact that their bullpen is much shorter. But we're not talking about playoff chances. We're talking about Yordan Alvarez.
Okay, so your lineup, Fangraphs against righties. Jeremy Pena leading off.
Great year.
Carlos Correa in the 2 spot.
Hot since he got to Houston.
Yep. Jose Altuve in the 3 spot. DH. Yordan Alvarez or Yordan DH and Jose in the outfield, whatever they're doing there. By the way, I mean, Yordan, you're pretty much going to DH, right?
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah. Or you would hope he mostly DHs. Christian Walker.
Yep, he's been better.
He has been better. Jesus Sanchez after the over.
Now he got 5 hits a game. I did last week.
Yep. Niner Diaz. Good hitting catcher
well,
in the 7th spot.
Him and Caratini.
Caratini, yeah.
Kind of a wash.
And then Dubon and Melton. It's a pretty good lineup.
Yeah. When's Jake Meyers come back?
I don't know his timetable.
Because he's having a great year.
He was Rake Myers. And then I know they lost yesterday to the Rockies 6-1. But you've got Hunter Brown, Framber Valdez, if you catch him in a good time period, which is usually the case up until recently.
Mm-hmm.
How do we feel about this team with Yordan?
I think they're better. They're still in first place somehow, which is the crazy thing. They're just hanging on to first place. It's like everyone's like, oh, the Mariners are just going to blow past them. It hasn't happened.
Mm-mm.
So, it's like every time the Astros are 2 up in the loss column still.
They keep losing at the same time.
That's what's funny. They win the same time, they lose at the same time, right? So, how do I feel about it? I mean, I think they're going to get in. Now, the question is if they win the division, then they got to play some other teams. They lose that bye. Their pitching's a little short with the bullpen especially. I don't know. But Houston, I'm not ever counting out Houston until someone buries them. That's it.
They're not buriable. They're not going to be buriable, especially with Yordan. That's a great lineup on paper. But you take Yordan out of that lineup, why was this team in such a funk offensively? Were they trying to do too much? Is it something that, this is their window. They have to win here and they're just not able to get it done? Is it too much pressure because they don't have – who knows? Teams go through slides during a year. But when you talk about that lineup compared to other lineups in the American League, it's got to be one of the better ones. That's why they're in the position that they're in. But this team is they're going to go as far as their lineup takes them. So this last month of the season, month and a half, they're going to have to really show what they have and win a lot of 7-6 ball games.
Yordan Alvarez is by far their best bat, their most clutch bat. Such a danger in the playoffs. They didn't have him for 100 games.
I know, but here, I disagree with what Crasher said. Their lineup does not. This team will go as far as their bullpen carries them to, because of the way with Hader out and the way their bullpen Abreu is being used now. So to me, it's not as far their lineup takes them; it's how far their bullpen and how many outs can Joe Espada steal from the starters to save the bullpen at some point.
Okay, but I think the bullpen's going to need to be in there, and there's going to be some runs that have to be scored to back those guys up. They have to be able to tack on those extra runs. I'm not saying other teams don't, but the Padres have 2 bullpen nights. They have 3 to 4 guys that then they can roll out the next night and run 3 to 4 guys out there. Obviously, we're talking about extremes, a team that just lost one of the best closers in the game in Hader, and now their bullpen is shrunk to the team that has all bullpen in the Padres. So that's the extremes. But this offense has to be able to keep whoever the long relief guy, I'm not sure who's getting the bulk innings, the long relief innings out of that pen. They're going to need to be able to keep the lead to the point where Espada feels like I can keep that guy out there.
Yeah, bullpen's a problem.
That's what I'm saying. To me, it's more important. I mean, the lineup can break all you want, but if you can't hold leads, it doesn't matter.
Especially in the playoffs. Bennett Sousa's hurt and shut down for a couple weeks. I think he's a week into that right now, too.
They've used those guys. They've rid those guys pretty hard.
Yeah. All right, so we'll see. But Houston's still there at the top. They get their big boy bat back. They might have to slug their way to some wins.
Okay, KP, this is your first Arena Club experience. We're going to open a slab pack together. So first off, we're going to buy one of those $25 slab packs, and we get to see what is in the pack. There it is. The Grail, which is the best card in the pack and worth the most. There are some other cards that we're chasing, and you can see the entire lineup so that you know what you're in the running for. There's the Yamamoto signed card. Now, let's open up our pack and see how we do. We have ourselves a really cool graphic, and then a Shohei Ohtani 50-50 card from last year. What do you want to do? Should we sell it right back to them for 16, or should we keep it?
You should give it to me. I'll keep it.
Good answer. Fine, I will give it to you. Since the Blue Jays didn't get Ohtani, you can get this 50-50 card instead. Use the code FOUL, F-O-U-L, to get yourself 20% off your first slab pack or card purchase. Yes, you get to keep that card if you want it. They send it to you. FOUL at arenaclub.com/foul.